Yeah, man. Once again, it's your boy Alfred. Welcome back to another video. And today's video is entitled "The Main Reason Your Relationships Are Not Going So Well." The main reason, or let me put it, the main reasons your relationships are not going very well. Well, that's the title, right? However, there is one main reason, and then there'll be some reasons that I may talk about. So to go get straight to it, right? The main reason that many people do not have good relationships with other people, and that includes romantic relationships, business relationships, and even relationships with your family, your children. It's because you don't have good relationship, or you don't have a good relationship with yourself. And that's the major reason, really. You do not have a good relationship with yourself. And to come to find out, you'll find that, or if you're trying to figure things out, really, you'll find that you continuously are lying to yourself. So when you lie to yourself and you try and get with people, trying to make relationships, whether romantic or even business or whatever, right? Or even trying to maintain the relationships that you already have, what will tend to happen is that those relationships will fall apart, or they won't go far, because you're not having good relationship with yourself. Now, just to get things clear, right? This is totally different from someone who is evolving and he is living toxic relationships, or relationships that do not serve him. So basically, he's not complaining about those. He recognizes that he's not complaining about, what I mean is that he's not complaining about relationships in general, because he recognizes that people are stuck in a certain mindset, and they're not willing to evolve or to get to his level, and so he's just moving on. But he's able to either maintain certain relationships with certain other people, and then he easily gets what he wants, or from relationships that he can create subsequently, through business, through romantic relationship. He's not getting all those headaches that most people are getting from new relationships or old relationships. So he's not really in the drama thing, because he understands that you have to evolve through that and leave such things alone, right? But you'll find people that are constantly complaining about relationships, especially people who are complaining about women, or men complaining about women, and women complaining about men. And that's really because they do not have a good relationship with themselves. You have to have, the first relationship ever is a relationship with yourself. And this is why one of my main themes, right, or my tenets is know thyself. Once you know thyself, then it will be easy for you to recognize how to handle things, how to handle people, right, emotionally. Because knowing yourself, you'll know what your emotional triggers are. You'll know what are the things that gets you upset, get you angry, get you happy, right, give you joy, whatever, right? And then knowing all that, because you have a very healthy relationship with yourself, it means that you'll be able to create boundaries, right, without seeming that you are someone who is too stringent and all that, and that people will respect that, because they understand that you're someone who has healthy relationship with yourself. And just to get the cat out the bag, right? If you don't have a happy or a healthy relationship with yourself, right? You don't care for yourself, you don't like yourself, you don't love yourself. And I'm talking about not surface level, just loving yourself, surface level things, like most people. I'm talking about deep, true love for yourself. If you don't do that, then how do you expect people to show that towards you? It doesn't. It can't happen. Most people truly hate themselves. And then when you hate yourself, there's no way you're going to have healthy relationships. You may have relationships, right, that are bordered towards hypocrisy. And that's why a lot of people get angry at other people who have a better life than them. Because they usually have the same thing. You have friends who are surrounding you, but you feel lonely because you understand, you don't love yourself enough to understand that you're just in a hypocritical sort of relationship. You're in a hypocritical situation. You are in a need. You come from a needy situation. You are needy. That's not healthy. And truly speaking, you cannot have good relations that way. If you agree to hypocritical relationships where you pretend like you guys like each other, blah blah blah, and all that shit, when you truly know, in fact, that's very feminine in itself. It's feminine, and it leads to passive aggression. That's why we're having a lot of men who are passive aggressive, doing all sort of nonsense these days, being needy, because they truly do not love themselves and do not have proper relationship with themselves. They hate themselves. So you can complain all you want about relationships, romantic or otherwise, right? Saying people are this, people are that, which is very true, by the way. There are people who are dubious out there. But the fact that you were able to attract those people and be with them, why is that so? You have to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself, why was it that I allowed this person into my life in the first place? Just like how single mothers are constantly complaining about men, right? Men who do not take care of their children, and it goes on and on. I mean, every culture is doing the same thing. Every country, you have single mom complaining about men not taking care of them, not taking responsibility of their kids. But you chose them. Who chose that man? And then you find the very same single mom has like 4 baby daddies, and she's still gonna complain about them. None of them taking care of their children, and then you're still gonna get a fifth baby daddy. It doesn't make sense. But the real gist of it is that they do not love themselves. They just love the surface level things, and they do anything just for attention and all that. And then they go around and start complaining about relationships, about people, but in general is that the relationship they have with themselves is not good. When you do not have a good relationship with yourself, proper, right, where you take a thorough look at yourself, right, not just from the outside, but from the inside, going in, deep inside, right, and then having to see those vices, having to see the things that you have to change, having to see the things that are not conducive to that, the relationship that are toxic, the things that that attract things that are not supposed to be attracted to or towards you. If you're not going to work on those things, then you're going to constantly attract the very same sort of people you're going to complain about and talk about bad relationship. Why? Because you do not have a good relationship with yourself. And before I forget, shortcuts. People just want cut a cookie sort of answers to their problems. You cannot have shortcuts to your problem, my friend. There are no shortcuts. Money won't do that. A high-paying job won't do that. A girlfriend, a boyfriend, a new car won't do that. Right? You cannot fill a void with surface level things. And I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to tell you that go back to your God, be good with your God. That's not necessary, because everyone has a way of finding their path. Right? Yes, the Supreme is there to help. But unfortunately, the Supreme can only help you so far. Why? Because the Supreme lives in a world where, or in a situation where it's godly. If you're not good within yourself, how does the Supreme even enter your whatever, how you present yourself? How does he come there and help you? No, they're not good with yourself. They're not admitting that a lot of the problems are yours and are made by you. You're not doing that. So, to recap, right, and to sort of wind down things, right? The relationship, the first and most important relationship is with you, before even the Supreme. Why? Because once you know yourself, then the Supreme will now be able to know how he can best relate with you, and you know how to best relate with the Supreme, the God, the above. So have good relationship with yourself. That's the first thing, right? Don't go out looking for a relationship in a needy manner. You're going to get burned because people out there are vultures, people are healers. They know people who are needy. They know people who need certain things. They know people who they can take advantage of. There are con men out there, right? Then that's when you're going to start complaining as per usual. So it starts with you. You cannot jump the line on this. The relationship starts with you. Proper knowledge of yourself. Getting rid of people who waste your time, getting rid of people who are not going to elevate you. You're constantly with people who put you down. You're constantly with people who are they're never moving forward. They're never learning. They're never doing anything for themselves, right? They're not giving you proper advice. And this is another thing, like I said when I started out, you're continuously lying to yourself. And guess what? When you continuously lie to yourself, you're going to attract liars to your domain. That's what you're going to do, because you do not want to face the truth. Once you do not want to face the truth, the only thing that will come your way are lies. And lies will hide things that is truth, which is truthful, that will help you grow. And you get stunted, and that's why you're continuously going to complain about other people. You're going to complain about relationship while the whole thing is on you, and you are not having a proper, good relationship with yourself. The self always comes first. But go and look at the mirror, you see the self, no one else. Look at him. Look at the reflection in the mirror, and you will see if what is to be done. Go deep inside of you and see what should be done for you to change, so that you have good relationship with yourself. Start loving yourself. Start putting yourself in a pedestal and not putting others. Then invite the Supreme, right, God, right, to enter and do his thing. Otherwise, you're going to continue with the same nonsense. This year, we're already almost done. I think we've got 2 days to be done with January. We're moving forward towards February in a few days. Hey, days are going. If you're still stuck in the same place, that's on you. No one is coming to save you, especially men out there. The women, most of them will be good. Majority of them will be good. Why? Because the beta males, the simps, the tricks, who are going to be tricking on them, pay for their stuff, pay for their rent, and fly them over wherever, Dubai and shit. But for men, if you still you're still in that hater mode, you're still not creating right a life that you're supposed to, knowing deep inside that you're supposed to be moving forward and evolving, you're going to get stuck there with the rest of the people at the bottom, when people are actually trying their best to move forward. So I'm going to stop there. It's been your boy Alfred, coming at you with today's podcast titled "If You Do Not," rather entitled "The Main Reason You Do Not Have Proper Relationships." Right. So until next time, I'm going to stop there. Peace.